Hey guys, this is Chris and Justin Brigandy of Brigandy Coins and Collectibles here in New York City. We are actually the third generation of Brigandys, and today we have a great selection of Dahlonega gold coins. If you're not familiar with Dahlonega, the Dahlonega Mint was an original branch mint of the United States, and it was in response to a gold rush in the southeast of the United States. So in the 1830s, from about Virginia down the coast and down to like Alabama area, we had a gold rush. Not as big as California, let's say, but a significant gold rush where the United States had to create a mint down in Georgia and another one actually in Charlotte to fulfill the needs of all the mining. So anything from these Dahlonega and Charlotte Mint are very, very rare and very collectible coins. So we have one coin here, especially. This is an 1855 $1 gold piece. Justin's going to tell you about the rarity, the value of it, and take it away.
All right, so first I want to just go over what exactly this is. This is a Type 2 $1 gold coin. Now, when we started making $1 gold coins in 1849, which ran until 1854, there was a lot of complaints from consumers and people using them that they were getting lost. So they came out with the Type 2 gold, and this is 15% bigger, although still very small, and this ran for only 3 years actually, until 1856 when it switched over to the Type $3 gold. The reason it switched over is because the relief around the outside of the coin was struck too high, so the coins always appeared shallow in the middle. It also had a lot of planchet flaws, which you can kind of see on this example right here. So because they were only made for 3 years, there's not a lot of Type 2s out there, and Dahlonega by far had the lowest mintage of any of these available. And you can see that with the D stamped on the very bottom at about 6 o'clock on the reverse. Now, this coin only had a mintage of about 1,811 pieces, which is very, very low considering that even Philadelphia, which is also a fairly rare coin, had a mintage of almost 750,000. It's very small, but it is 90% gold, as was all of our currency at the time. And this coin is actually graded by PCGS as a very fine 20. Now, despite this being one of the lowest grades for this coin around, the fact that this coin is so rare is why this is still a very expensive coin. We just actually paid well over the book value to get this, and it's likely on its way out of here after this little video for even more than that. And the reason that is because almost all these coins are AU and UNC condition, which can go from anywhere from 50,000 to 165, I believe, is the auction record. And only one of these coins was auctioned in 2017. You can notice if you look up the population reports on these that there's about 100 that have been so-called known. However, with many people cracking them out and trying to get higher grades to make a few dollars, it's estimated that there's probably 80 or less, and it could even be less than that, of actual 55 Dahlonega Type 2 golds out. So just wanted to kind of show you that. We also wanted to show you on this coin, you'll see in the very back there's almost no 8 in the date. Because of the high relief around the outside, which caused the Type 3 gold to get made, almost all of these do not have the 8, and the ones that do are very shallow. If on some of the uncirculated ones you do have a full date, typically they can go for 50% or more above the book value, and I think that even the sky could be the limit on that. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, this coin is rare enough just to find in any condition, and then obviously premium examples. So you said there's about 80 total known, and probably less. That's about how many have been graded. So don't forget, people, if they think something's undergraded, they crack them out and they resubmit it. So when you look at your populations or your census on NGC PCGS, maybe it adds up to 80 total, but it's far less than that because a lot of people are just cracking them and resubmitting them. So let's say it's 20% too high, and the amount of premium examples within that, it's probably just a few pieces. So yeah, absolutely rare in any condition, but if you were to get a premium example, like you said, with the 8 and full detail, yeah, sky's the limit on that. You can make up your price. It's what anyone wants to pay for it. So yeah, this is a great coin. We have some other Dahlonega coins here too. They're not anywhere as rare, But that being said, they're still very rare coins. The mintages, like Justin was saying, are very, very low compared to your Philadelphia mint on all this stuff. And not only is it collectible because these are rare and low mintage, but it's also very collectible because there's a lot of historical significance behind this. So as you know, anything Civil War related is very valuable as well. So this relates to the Civil War because, like I said, in the 1830s they opened the mint, 1838 to be exact. They closed the mint in 1861 at the start of the Civil War. What happened was the Confederacy took over the mint because it was filled with gold, right? And they were mining all the gold. So they took it over, and then they stopped producing gold coins in 1861. After the Civil War, the U.S. never decided to reopen it. So it's been shut since 1861. So anything from 1861, that was the last year they made, that's even more scarce because it not only is mintage low, but it relates more to the Civil War. So this has not only low mintage, but it's great historical significance. These are what we call investor coins. If you're looking for something extremely rare with extreme significance, this is what you're looking for. These are super popular with coin collectors. This stuff always has consistently gone up in value, and this is where we steer our collectors to.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, this stuff doesn't last too often. This coin we just put up, the one Justin was showing you, the 1855, we put it up, and how fast did you take it down?
I had this sold in 8 minutes, not accounting for the amount of time it took for the transaction to come through on the internet.
And then
That's
following,
how scary some of this stuff
we
is.
put it up on our website, and then we had a couple phone calls, and then overnight we had 2 emails as well. So, like I said, it's extremely rare, but the demand is probably just as rare.
And I think
or
too,
just as high.
part of that also is the fact that this is a lower grade. I think that in a way it almost commands more because you don't have to step up to $100,000 to buy it. It's
Sure,
not
exactly.
cheap.
Yeah.
It sells for double book, but you know what? Double book is still half of
Right. Yeah.
numbers like that, and they can get crazy.
Yeah. Still at the $20,000 range, it's still considered the poor man's version because anything AU is going to be 50, 60,000. MS is going to be over 100,000. I don't have anything else to add.
No, that's pretty much it. Just one other thing I wanted to touch on real quick is you were saying before about the Civil War. A lot of the stuff in the Dahlonega Mint was melted down and used, in a way to finance the war and, taken, So of these mintages, this one was 1811 is what they had. And there's 80 or fewer and maybe less than that, so all that Dahlonega stuff is very, very scarce, and probably more scarce than most people can appreciate.
So these are some great coins. If you're looking for investment grade coins, ask about our Dahlonega gold coins. We're going to do a separate video about the Charlotte mint, and those
Absolutely.
coins are equally as rare. They were sister branch mints down south, but we'll get to that next time. Thank you for watching. Chris Brigandy with Justin Brigandy, Brigandy Coins and Collectibles, 3rd generation here in New York City. Thanks for watching.